Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Against the Storm, where today we are trying desperately to convert this pretty okay base of a town into some kind of victory, hopefully in like less than 5 years. So we have some good things going for us. You know, Trade Hub is doing work. It's already covered 2 reputation. We're halfway to a third. We're going to be able to push hostility down even further. There's, you know, we have some pretty good cornerstones and stuff. Where are we at on that third cornerstone? We are 44 vein charges short of the third one. Where's my currently active mine? Here it is. Okay, it turns out it has exactly 44 charges left. That's rad. So this thing is, I was playing with this a little bit. The effect that we're probably most interested in is gain tools. Gaining parts is pretty okay. I really wish that this had been available to us earlier. At this point in the game, I don't think we need them quite so badly. Or at least by the time we'll be able to get payout from this. You know, we'll have to have things kind of sorted by then. But gain tools is pretty good. Gain tools is pretty good. So our potential conditions, just produce building materials. Obviously, is the thing we will continue to do. Flour and dye are not things we're really producing much of. And then every 6 blight rot cysts that appear in the settlement, since we have that one mystery that produces cysts faster, I thought this might be good for us, but to be perfectly honest with you, I'm a little worried. It requires us to be hostility 4. It's 2 blight rot cysts times the number of years that have passed. So like right now it would spawn 12 cysts, and that's just a horrifying number to have to deal with. So I do think it is in our best interest to try to keep the hostility level below 4 instead of dealing with that, which would make this kind of a counterproductive choice. So I guess then like every 25 building materials produced is the only one that really makes sense. And it's either 5 tools or 8 tools if we take one of the penalties. Keep in mind, these are one-time penalties. Gain 3 impatience points, I think, is obviously a pretty bad idea. 2 villagers die is a thing that's recoverable, but holy hell, we are so desperate for villagers as it is. I am feeling extremely behind on people. We have 1 loose builder right now, and I need somebody to run the furnace. I need somebody to run the kiln once it gets finished. It would be great if we could have somebody cobbling. We need people to forage and gather, and it's just so much. And that's without even talking about the fact that, hey, over here, there's a damn ancient burial site that we don't have an answer to. Yeah, it's going to require 60 of some kind of advanced food and also 60 of one of the service resources, or 15 tools or 15 packs of building materials, neither of which we really have access to. We have a trader coming eventually after the storm. And if we don't do something about this, it's going to shoot a bunch of blood flowers at us, which is like, it's not as bad as a lot of penalties would be from events in theory, but the thing about blood flowers is you really do need to assign a lot of people to them all of a sudden to clean them up. And where the hell are we going to get a whole lot of people? We have our next group of newcomers coming in 4 minutes. Ugh. Yeah, it's just rough. It's just rough right now. We are finally producing some centralized or some crystallized dew, which is great news. We really, really, really need to get the food stuff online. It's always so late. All right, well, let's let them get to work. We're also trying to build a building which would make our food stuff really effective once we got it going. How are foxes starving? Do I have food? Friends, why are we not eating eggs? Okay. I'm sure I unchecked those eggs for a very good reason. At some point. Workshop versus smelter. I believe we I was going to say, I believe we have recipes for all of these things. Neither of these are actually good recipes for us. So we have to decide how we're dealing with this. If we're going to try to building material our way through it, we got to start doing that. We discovered this at a really awkward time too. Like, it's going to be very problematic with the storm. And we're desperately trying to produce enough wood. Like, we have stuff to burn in the hearths. We're desperately trying to produce enough wood to keep up with the demand for other things. We're going to need way more burning fuel, unfortunately. Yeah, bloody hell. So our cobbler gives us an enhanced efficiency at packs of building materials. And I guess we do have a lot of copper ore. So 10 copper ore makes 2 packs. We'd have to run that 8 times. So that's most of our supply of copper ore. But it's doable. But the important thing is, like, the math on that does work. All right. Yeah, I guess the answer is get it figured out. What specializations do we have here? Just a comfort. What do we pull people from? The Trapper's Camp is producing all of our food right now. This fishing hut is currently fishing, and it's important that it do so. I would not, I think, like to pull people from the tavern. I think we need those points of... Yeah, no, we kind of just don't... I guess we're pulling woodcutters? I don't know. It doesn't feel the best, but... Alright, you two, get over here. Don't make boots or dyes for the moment, although I will want you to make boots afterward. But for right now, just packs of building materials. Run this design to that point. Okay. And I did tell them to only use this stuff, right? Do we want them to also use fabric? Well, until the algae pools get pulled, we don't have more fabric income, right? It's fine. They can just use the minerals, the what's it called? And we'll get a cart at some point for that, right? I guess when we're finished with the task, we will get a cart. Okay, blight rot cysts appeared. How blight rot cysts? 10. 10 blight rot cysts. Well, you know, it's on the table. Maybe it is still... I don't know. All right, just gotta keep hacking at it. Where do I watch my packs of building materials? Looks like this is the pack view, maybe, or is this just trade related items? Let's taking them a really long time to run stuff. Gosh, I wish we had more buildings that cared about drizzle water. So this is a why was I building a makeshift post? We have packs of building materials. We have packs of provisions. I'm going to remove this for the moment because I don't know why I had it marked here to begin with. We, I guess, have one building project over here that is brick-based that is not finishing because we don't have brick stuff. Although we should be generating clay over here, right? Don't you pull... Okay, well, maybe not. There's no sense in running this right now because it would just stall on the clay as well. Oh, hey, if you salvage this building, you get packs of building materials. But I kind of wouldn't want to, right? Because we actually do want to produce the coats. And we have at least one coat-based quest. Okay, we'll get some more parts when we finish out fishing, which is important. Well, I say it's important because obviously I want to be pulling the water strider molt, but also even if we built it, we wouldn't have people to work it. A lot of what we're doing right now is waiting, and it feels bad. But like we're waiting for new people to show up. It's hard for me to imagine that we shouldn't take all of the clay materials. There's a lot of people who are going to have to construct housing for very quickly, though. So it's 3 unhoused lizards. And we have the stuff for a lizard house. In fact, we have the stuff for a couple lizard houses. And then a harpy house. And our first fox house. And our second fox house, no less. Alright, y'all, those are the highest priority things in the universe. Please go build your houses. And then once you are done building your houses, we can put you to work on other things. Hooray! There's no gathering nodes near my trapper's camp. Oh no. Okay. More eggs, please. Alright, and that'll give this thing... There's my Thunderblight shard. That'll give this thing population enough that I can... grow it to tier 2 and help pull back some of the hostility. Just couldn't see the word garden. Could not find it there. And... another park. So, wait, what are we gonna do down here? Do we want to forge this right now? How 2 villagers die? I think so, actually. I know this seems harsh, but we need the efficiency. And, like, once we're producing tools, we're breaking down, the caches, getting more points of influence, which are getting more points of reputation, which is pulling back the impatience. Like, this sucks, but it sucks, but it's also very good, if that makes sense. Okay, so we're at 17 population here. We are at 14 population here, so that maintains them both at level 2. as soon as this thing is built, which it will be soon, and that will be very good for us in a lot of ways. Okay, I'm gonna unfavor here. We're actually not doing that badly on impatience. What are we gonna get for this order? Boots and amber and builder's pack, all of which are fantastic and things we can take immediately. Plus half a point of reputation, which is not nothing. It'll put us over a threshold in any case. Yeah, that's true. The mine now does need to be pushed if we want to produce some more ore, and I kind of do. But that second level of upgrade is not trivial. We could pull people back. Yeah, start producing skewers and copper bars. I think we are good on these, actually. Yeah, geez, where do those get tracked? Where are your... I guess the problem is that they're just now getting run for the first time, right? Please deliver everything. And maybe stop making them. Alright, so right now we are at 16, yeah. Okay, so let's... send those home, uncheck that, check boots. We're gonna need boots. Get a couple of harpies in here making boots. I think I'm gonna pull everybody out of this mine for the moment. And put a couple people to work in here. At this point, probably wood is the last thing we want being used for the for bar making. This is just comfort, right? It is. But we can get good use of our rain engine here. Hold on. Let's let the storm set in. Okay. So we don't really need this comfort. It would probably be helpful to have another harpy here to help us fight cysts, since those got to get burned down. But since both of our hearths are level 2, we actually should be pretty good on... we should be good enough at holding. I think we do want to get this rebuilt. Send a couple of people out on that. Got a couple of trade orders available. We do need to make money. Making money is an essential part of the thing. But I must say, I am leery of selling our leather before we have... Well, I mean, we're about to do... Like, that fishing pond's gonna get pulled soon, right? And then we'll have leather income. And obviously I want to produce boots, but... What's going over here? Oh, we don't have 2 people... We have planks in the supply. I wonder why stuff's not getting made. Oh, no 4, absolutely not. Let's not let those things queue in. Now we can pull ourselves down another 72 points, but that doesn't quite get us to the point where foxes and harpies aren't negative. Ooh, my population dropped. I need to bounce one of these two-person houses back over to here. Okay. Yeah, we put up too much good housing. Yeah, I mean, we can dance for a little bit, but it's a long fucking storm. Oh, we just lost a bunch more hostility, so I guess we can probably just fix this by dropping... yeah. Alright. Dropping more woodcutters will do the thing. So as the storm comes to an end, we're going to assign 2 foxes to this and get it done, but we're going to get the bloodflower spawn. It's unavoidable. It's not great, and it's going to lead to some real panic. But we'll get there. This fishing hut is dividing its charges, and I don't think that's really the way I want it. Here, let me move this thing so that it can only affect this pond. Let's finish this pond first. Also, how are there still cysts? Shouldn't we be popping those? It says there's only 4. I can see more than there are supposed to be here. Something is not right. Come on, please get that shit under control. I really, really, really don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with deaths because of that. Alright, got our cash-ins. That's pretty good news. Yeah, that's really strange. I'm not sure I understand what happened there. Because we shouldn't have had any cysts. We went into the season with enough fire to burn all the cysts out, and with 2 people working on it, and it seems like they just didn't. They decided they didn't care. Which is very strange and not a thing they should be allowed to do. This, I guess, doesn't need to be a 2-person job. Alright. Can we afford to just sell a bunch of bricks? Weirdly, yes. Can I do this 3 times? Because we do need trade routes over 17 value, right? Alright, Sahilda's here, and she has brought tools that we probably need to purchase really badly. So I will give you 1 pack of building materials. Excuse me. Probably at least a couple of wildfire essence we can put on the table. Jeez, you really don't value almost any of the things that we have, unfortunately. So Hilda, why do you have to be like this? Yeah, I just can't really generate that amount of resources. Even if we put up... yeah, even if we put up, like, everything, we're only barely going to get there. Obviously, selling tools is counterproductive. Well... I guess I'm going to take some tools. Can I get 6? 6 would at least let me open up 1 cache. We're going to lose a lot of food in a second here, so I do feel like trading food away is probably like... We're going to be with the blood flowers. As long as the blood flowers are up, in a situation where we kind of can't have food, all the food that's in the warehouse is going to burn pretty much instantly. So we may as well get something for it instead of having it just destroyed. And then we can have somebody tear open one of these crates and get us some some amber and stuff. Except I do need to put people back to work on this. There are almost no words for how annoyed I am that we lost 3 people there to absolutely no reason. Because we desperately need all of our people. And in fact, we desperately need way more people than we have. Okay, these 2 foxes are done with their job. Let's have them whip through this real fast. Oh, sorry, that was 1 fox that was doing that. All right, let me unassign a fox from the brick oven. 205, huh? All right, get it done. They'll finish that just about the time that the flowers spawn. We're going to need a lot of spare foxes at that moment. And then we'll probably unassign a lot of the food gatherers to have them do that instead. Right, let me see here. We probably don't need to have... So boots are good for everybody. We probably don't need to have more than like 50 on hand. Just so they don't go crazy and eat all the leather, unless people are actually using it, in which case, fine, go ahead and do that. And then at this point, we have a couple of construction projects sleeping that I don't think need to be sleeping. I think I was making sure that I got my fires in order, but we are in order now. Do I want to... I think I'm just going to take workshop, even though I don't really want it. We don't have any fertile fields. We don't need a clothier. So, yeah, man, they really want to make me reroll. Very important that we reroll constantly, apparently. Okay, so we're running the fish back from the nets. Okay, let's go ahead and cash in the fish too before they get converted into blood flower food. That gives us the parts, I believe, necessary to build another camp. It sure does. And this is an important camp to run. We're not going to want that to go up there. Okay. Yeah, that's an important camp to run eventually. Once it's time to generate food hardcore again. Oh, why did I think that this was going to take... Oh, that's right. I was looking at the timer on the blood flowers, not on the event. The event's whatever. Okay, so blood flowers. For as long as they're being worked, they are obliterating our food supply. It is probably best that we work them all at the same time, and we're just going to have a few minutes of very, very difficult stuff ahead of us here. This no longer really needs to be... Well, it's also producing hostility, so I guess it does... It needs to get done quickly. It needs to get done before the storm. If I swap out to lizards at this point in the task, it still gets done before the swarm. The timing's not that different. Okay, so that means we have 8 foxes in the settlement as a whole. I'm going to free them from their various tasks, with probably the exception of the one who's working the hearth. We will replace you with a lizard. And this medium abandoned cache could be somebody else's work too. Who is who is doing stuff that probably doesn't need to be doing that stuff so hard. Okay, you two. Come over here and take over. Actually, you know what? One of you take over. Because the other thing is we're just gonna need a bunch of people, right? So here's what I'm thinking. We need to get a couple more bodies freed up. You two from the trappers camp can probably, like, we do need somebody generating. Do we need some? I don't know. Actually, maybe not. Maybe never mind. Maybe disregard everything I was about to say. Okay, that's enough people. So what we're going to do with these is we're going to generate... Like, if we stick 2 foxes on each of them, obviously it gets the time way down, but we don't have enough people to do that. And we do want them all to finish roughly the same time, because some of them are going to yield food, and we don't want the food to get destroyed by the other blood flowers. Yeah, like there's jerky in this one. This one's going to give us fertilizer, which is... This is a pretty crummy crop of blood flowers. Like, I know their job isn't to be nice to us, but this set sucks more than they usually do. Okay, and then we got 5 minutes of rough times ahead as people starve. But there's very, very little that can be done about it, because we weren't able to get the thing done in time. You are going to produce some skewers and hopefully keep people fed at least a little bit. The problem is any food you produce is just going to disappear immediately. Do I want to sell scales? I guess so. Yeah, probably. We just have to keep producing value, and this is not like the trade value on this is not bad. We just have to keep producing trade value because Trade Hub needs to keep going up. Trade Hub is our victory condition. Let's move you down to here. We could clear out some of the trees down here. Also, I can probably destroy this. All we will salvage is the 3 parts that it's made of, but I think that's probably fine. Well, hold on. Let's not get ahead of things. All right, low on food is certainly true. You could start doing that. Start working on the next pond. This is going to be a little bit rough. This is the hostilities going up based on the number of fallen trees. So I probably, it doesn't really matter because by the time, yeah, that's only true for another 2 minutes. That penalty will be gone before the storm, and I don't think we're going to go negative without it. Oh, we can get over 17 here for sure. Do I want to sell even more than that? Maybe I do. Yeah, we could go as high as 45. I'll make that happen. That's almost a point of trade hub reputation by itself. How are we doing on fuel over here? The answer is fine, not great. I do think we need to bring these people in, and I think the planks are probably the thing for that. And we don't have anyone who is actually unhoused. we have lots of people who are not in optimal housing. Let's construct another harpy house down here. And then we can start working some of these jobs again now that we have an influx of new people. We'd like to have another harpy house. We're actually good on lizards. And then obviously building fox houses would be great, but we're pressing on that supply of planks, and I do want to get the clan hall finished. So for the moment, we can just let them live in the shelters, I guess. Let's get that harpy house built. We'll see how things feel after that. Okay. So if we put everybody to work here, gathering camps produce a doubled yield, except for woodcutters and fishers. And we can get bonus resolve from our jerky and skewers. But it's probably not worth sticking people on that until after the flowers are cleared out. Once the flowers are cleared out, like turbocharging our gathering, obviously I think is pretty good. So for the moment, I guess what we can do is just we can assign a bunch of woodcutters. Actually, one thing I can do here is I can run through these and assign foxes, and because we just got enough foxes where we can take like 10 seconds off of each of these. And you know what? I will take it. So is it time to start? It's probably not time to start focusing on the gathering just yet. We've got long enough on those. We can put some folks on running the fishing hut, probably. Probably with the number of blight cysts we're looking at, I don't know if we need necessarily to have anybody else work in the blight post. The kiln is up. Do we have the stuff for jerky? We don't really. We can make coal out of algae, but I don't know if I want to be doing that either. So that's not so important. But it would be good to put people back to work on this. Yeah, once we have the egg income going and stuff, things are gonna get pretty good once these blood flowers are dealt with. And they're going to be pretty weird right up until then. Wow, we're hostility 7 for the moment. The relief when this bar ends is going to be tremendous. Watch that bar drop. Boom. Okay, so as we approach the storm, I would love to not even be hostility 4 as we enter the storm. I want to give people some time to cut some trees because we need to get some trees out of the way, but like, I'm going to pause at the last possible moment here. And we're going to unequip like 5-6 woodcutters. Yep, that's what it takes. Okay. And at this moment, I think it's time to start winding up the gathering buildings. So we're definitely going to want lizards running this one, although it looks like we're about done with that one. And this would be the time to put people in control of the clan hall, and that's also going to provide some value to the lizards, obviously, because of the brawling. Do we want to put the other harpy house in the build queue? I guess, like, there's no reason not to, right? Alright, we're gonna have some resolve problems because of the starvation. But all of these flowers are finished now. We're no longer losing food for no reason. So in addition to all of the gathering stuff being supercharged, we are also running resources back home from the flowers themselves. And then once that's done, we'll have all these people who are available to help out with stuff. Can we... Sorry, that's not the real hearth. Can we sacrifice some stuff to bring down the terror level just a bit? We have a lot of coal. So if I do this and also unassign the last woodcutter, we don't quite get there. We don't have a lot of wood left over, but if we're sacrificing like this, people are positive. We can't do that for very long, but we'll do it for as long as we can. Actually, it looks like we could maybe almost hold out. If I could get a fox house built, that would put us in a pretty good spot, actually. And that doesn't have us burning normal lumber anymore. Hey, we have a little rain punk cart. That's fun. Okay, there we go. Fishing hut is idle, but we do have places that can be moved to. Okay, and we're just over 2, so actually we can reassign woodcutters. We may as well if this is what we're holding at. And then we can also put a bunch of people back to work. So I guess we should have at least one harpy working that building. That may be all it takes, because all we're doing is producing boots from it. This might also be a one-person building, frankly. We have a couple of mines that really need material upgrades. Yeah, we're working on that. We're working on generating enough wood. The fire should be under control, but let's just assign a second person here to make sure. Okay, the Trapper's Camp has run out of stuff, which we knew it was going to do. What other large nodes do we have? We don't really have a lot of nodes left. We've mined out a lot of this stuff. Like, I'm ready to open up another glade, I think. We have some mushrooms, and I don't have an herbalist camp. Well, we could pull down the Trapper's Camp now that we've burned all the Trapper nodes. And use its materials to build an herbalist camp. Take advantage of this stuff. Also, we can actually finish the road out here. It looks to me like we're going to have to pull back on the sacrifices. Yeah, we burned almost our whole supply of coal, keeping things safe. Which means things are going to get a little unsafe for a minute here. Damn it, we had people on wood cutting for just a little bit too long and the things fired. Okay, 35 oil is harsh because we don't have oil production. And the number of blight rot cysts that just appeared is also harsh. But I don't think we're going to lose anybody over it. clan hall doesn't need to all be harpies. Are we producing oil? Where's my oil coming from? Oh, you know, that amount of oil is going up, but it's represented as going up because we just pulled 20 oil out of we pulled 20 oil out of the event, out of one of those blood flowers. Like Woodcutter Song's not bad. We could also re-roll. You know what? Show me something a little more exciting. Gain skewers for pickled goods. We're not really running it in that direction, so I guess Woodcutter's Camp is fine. Do you have oil? You do. Okay, so we should try to acquire 15 oil so that we can make the payment. It's not very expensive. We should also attempt to acquire planks because we are still having problems with wood. And then we're doing a lot of blue where people are happy. We don't really desperately need to buy happiness food. So I'd be more inclined to just purchase tools. Let's see. If we were to sell a bunch of the sea marrow, and we're producing a lot of sea marrow, so we don't need to be like super precious about it. If we were to do that, how many tools could I get myself? Scale back on this stuff. Yeah, that's not a bad deal. Alright. Thing is paid. Trade hub's killing it, and we are moving. We are booking on the resources here. Or the reputation. So, I did not leave myself 20 amber for the reroll. The fact is, I don't need rerolls that badly right now. What I need is just like work. What I need is just to do work. You know, we have the pipes and the planks to make this happen right now. I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade this, and we're going to put some people in it and continue generating copper and stuff that way. That'll give some folks something to do. We should probably have a couple of people in here working. Yeah, okay. Alright, we got a couple of factions in the blue. We are working towards some goals. We are continuing to trade toward Trade Hub. Yeah. The reputation's coming in. And we have enough different food products coming in that we are actually able to do some of the combinations and stuff. So we should see skewers and jerky actually getting made and eaten. We've never been particularly close to our Harpy Villagers goal, but honestly, we're getting there now. Sure. It might be time to open up another glade. Like as soon as we get one glade worth of, as soon as we get our current glade situations dealt with, right? Just pop another one. Although it is worth noting, I'm sitting on a bunch of tools here. I should probably rip open a. Well, that's an interesting break open. We should probably get a cache going, but which one? How many do we have? Okay, this is a much less interesting cache. We're on 30 tools right now, so we can do 2 of these. Alright, you guys get all that stuff, and let's... Where do I want to break in? I guess over here is a reasonable place to do it. I'm not gonna lie, this settlement has built slowly, but I do feel like it's quite powerful and resilient. If the game were to run to infinite length, I feel like this is one of the more overall powerful settlements we've ever made. We could get ourselves to enough harpies for the thing. We could also get 29 bricks. That's a pretty fun amount of bricks, if I'm honest. But maybe we take the large number of villagers. And then we set up some housing for them. How about that? We don't have cloth right now, but we're going to. Because of the algae pond that's about to pop. Okay, both of these things are over the threshold for tier 3 neighborhoods, and so, or tier 3 hearths, and so we should probably actually build the decorations to get them there. So the lizards and harpies are in position. The foxes need a little bit of love. And we'll build 2 of these down here. Okay. That stuff won't all get finished, but we're working on it. We only need 2 more points of reputation anyway. It's possible that just opening this glade is going to do it. We need 2 more points of reputation. We haven't opened the caches yet. Like, honestly, I probably didn't even need to open this glade. Okay, we just have the raw resources for report right now. So let's do that. Presumably I have, I haven't actually even built my carpenter. We should, to be clear, but we could build tools at some point in the future. Who is... Okay, we had some mine workers who could probably be turned into something else here. All right, and we're set on harpy villagers because our number of harpies is not going to decrease. We can move y'all out to here, I suppose. Even more harpies, if you can believe it. Okay. Our rate of reputation gain really accelerated there. So what was that? Was a year 8 victory. Not ideal, but we've certainly had worse. And we did get our objectives, so we've improved all of our future settlements for this cycle, which is good news. All right, 10 fabric for each one is going to get us some pretty decent housing starts at the very least. We have accomplished a couple of deeds that we haven't cashed in, although they're not super relevant now that we don't get any value from XP anymore. And we're trying to build toward this extra villager, which is a shame because it means we need a huge amount of machinery to move forward again. I think I'm going to hold off spending. Let's just wait on that. So let's see what the map looks like ahead of us. We do have access to some machinery. This is a forbidden land. Only forbidden glades will be found in this region, but you get a royal resupply. This is a crashed airship. We could divert just a little bit here. You encounter the wreckage of one of the Merchant Guild's famous airships. You can see a very busy crew running around it, trying to fix the ship and recover lost supplies. Suddenly, an old beaver in a captain's blazer notices you and calls out for help. What is the blessing? You'll gain the guild's sigil perk. Traders arrive faster. Their perks and blueprints are cheaper. I don't know that I think that's all that exciting. If we deliver 25 enriched fuel and win before year 9 starts, which is something that we sometimes can do, we'll get 10 bricks and 30 flour for our caravans for the rest of the thing. I mean, that's not bad. It is off of the path, though. I'll have to consider it. The other thing we could do is we could come down here to the flooded mines. Hostility doesn't grow with passing year, but you'll gain more hostility for each villager. Scaling based on difficulty, which is, of course, scary. And then also, we're going to be moving up to Prestige 14, which is to say... Ooh, gaining reputation, I'm going to guess, only pulls back half a point of impatience. Which is significant. That's really scary. Alright, well, it seems like no matter what we do next time, it's going to be kind of terrifying. It's not a decision I have to make right now. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we are moving up once again. We're very close to hitting our new prestige cap. Or at least our new, the newest meaningful level of prestige. Our new plateau. And then we'll hold out at 15 for the rest of the run over to the seal. And then there's only one more beyond that. Y'all, I'm starting to think we might actually make this. I guess I shouldn't get too ahead of myself, but I've got good feelings. Come back next time to see them hopelessly shredded. And we'll see you then.